I want that student to feel like I felt when I went to school. And I think that's why I have a love for school supplies. We had got free school supplies.
Welcome to the Networking with Michelle podcast, the show dedicated on providing you the how-tos of marketing and networking strategies. Here we believe in the Jim Rohn quote, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. All right. Hey, good people. Today's special guest is Godiva Anderson. She is the founder of the nonprofit paperpencilpen.org. Godiva, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. And you?
Doing great. Always excited to do an interview. Thanks for taking your time out. So tell us about yourself, your journey, and how you got started.
Well, I'm a real estate broker. And I came here from Louisiana, New Orleans, Katrina. And I stayed, became a broker here and a real estate broker. And, on my journey, getting office supplies, and I'm always overhearing, children asking for the latest, highlighter or dry erase marker, or even a special eraser. And I would always tell the parent, who has it on sale. And then my daughter has 2 children in school, and she was frustrated with shopping for school supplies. I always buy things, on clearance. I shop all year round. And so when the children need something, I have it. But then it got to the point that when my clients, their children, I gave the school supplies to them. And it became more and more frequent that I was overhearing conversation in Office Depot, Target, with the parent being frustrated. I went in prayer. The Lord told me just to go bigger than that. It's just not about your clients. He gave me the name Paper Pencil Pen. And so I've been doing it large, on a big scale since August 13th of 2016, nonstop. I give the school supplies to students from pre-K through college, anywhere in the world. And it has been a great experience, especially with the college students. They are the ones that are most forgotten. People just look at elementary students that need, all the students need. And some of them are too proud, or the parent is too proud to say, I need help. But I read in between the lines and I'll say, oh, here's a gift from me, so I won't bruise any egos or anything like that. But I make it clear, you can email me and you can get the supplies you need. We don't have to talk, at this state that you're in. If you don't want to talk, we don't have to talk, but you need the supplies. And I want to give the supplies to students to give them confidence. So whatever they go through before they get to school, at least in school, they feel they can conquer any lesson that's put before them. Any exam, any test, any quiz, I want them to be empowered. And this is my little way of doing it.
Awesome. Now, I want to kind of, start from the top and go down. College students, right? Mm-hmm. You're right. I guess they are forgotten. And most of us are going to think, one, you have your parents, or I should say, one, you have financial aid. 2, work, study, part-time job. Like they're capable of earning some type of income. So what were some of the gaps you saw within the college students?
They didn't have time for that extra curriculum, or if they have taken the time to get a job, work, study, whatever, it still did not give them enough money because the school supplies are high. Everyone doesn't shop like me, so that's the gap. they just don't have the funds. Yes, they may have that meal plan or whatever, but everything is limited, for them. Even scantrons, I'm asked to give that. I had to ask my daughter who graduated. I said, okay, how much are scantrons now? So I don't know where to buy, so I just give them a gift card and they can get that, get the scantrons. Because if I can do anything, to make it a little bit easier, I'll do that.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely very considerate of you because, I mean, like I just said, I'm like, you're an adult. Like, yes, you're an
Hmm.
adult, but you're a struggling college student. I've been there, done that, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
even think to ask for help. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so K through 12, obviously that's the primary. Well, let me say a lot of attention goes to K through 12.
Well, K through 5. That's
Okay.
the
Okay.
tension.
K through 5. Okay. So what are some of the gaps there that you see just among the parents?
They don't know that resources are out there, or if they, when they find out, sometimes it's limited. Because the biggest gap is when they get it in. If they get it in August, it is depleted by Christmas. I give another event in January.
Gotcha. That's true.
So I can replenish what they need, you know, and I customize every student's package because every student is not the same. The coveted thing for a middle school, high school, well, I should say middle school, maybe like a sixth grade on up, is that mechanical pencil, you know. So I make sure I give them a pack of that, plus the wood ones and a pencil sharpener, but I give them a good mechanical pencil.
Now, I know when I was growing up, teachers were still, and I hear it from colleagues, teachers are still providing a lot of the supplies. What about Kleenex, paper towels? What are some of those other things that kind of go unnoticed that benefit the classroom and not just the individual student?
Well, I have been doing that also. In New Orleans, I'm about to ship a case of selected size paper towels to a pre-K class, and some poly folders. But I ask the teachers what they need, and they tell me. And most of the time is pencils, that they need. And because I guess the parents have already submitted the paper towels, the wipes, that sort of thing. But I have donated to several schools to into their pantry, or give tote bags full of school supplies for that student that need, and that teacher notice that, and they'll call me and say, can you donate these supplies for this student? And I say, okay, and I drop it off, you know.
Wow. So I know you're based here in Houston now.
Hmm.
You're from Louisiana, from New
Yes,
Orleans.
New Orleans. Uh-huh.
So are there any other cities that are states that you're helping out as well?
Oh yeah, California, Delaware, Mississippi, Alabama.
And how did you get in contact, I guess, with teachers or parents in those areas?
Well, when I put my event on Facebook, that's when they contact me, they email me. And the end of this month, well, next week, I'll be shipping out to Belize.
Oh, wow. My friend's from
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
How has this been able to grow? And I just, for like right under a year, how have you been able to grow this thing so quickly?
Because of the need. It's a great need. You know, uh, People would say, "Oh, go to school, uh, get good grades, get scholarships, or whatever. Go to college, get a job," but they forget that foundation.
Yeah, that's true.
How can they do this if they do not have the tools? You know, so whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you still need these things, paper, pencil, and pen. You know, I tell them, I say, even the president can't get anything in law. He needed that piece of paper and a pen. And the students say, yeah, because they keep thinking about electronics. I said, this is basic, like it's air and water. So they get it. And I tell them, tell me what you want. I'm not going to give you, any little thing. I'm going to give you what you want because I want you to walk in school, like I'm going to conquer this, and that's my mission right there. I want them to feel empowered, have that confidence that no matter what they left at home, they can get through that school, that class.
Gotcha. Within this time, have you been able to collaborate with other organizations?
Yes. Alea, just college students, I'm always giving to her organization because I'm not gonna lie, college students are my favorite students because they no one think about them, you know. So as we're talking now, I'm waiting on a high school graduate to give her a grad box full of supplies, and in a week or so, I'll be giving to a junior at Lamar University. Even a student from Howard University called me. I felt so honored, you know. So, but and it was so funny. We were texting, and he was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And I'm like, "But you're not telling me what you need." It took at least about 5 texts for him, to tell me what he needed, But I just tell them just to give my email to someone, tell them to text me. They'll get a box, But it's amazing, how it's grown this fast. And I expect for, the coming year to be even bigger.
Yeah, so I guess we're recording this at the end of May, and this should go out by the end of June. How can we get behind you, support you, I guess, for this next school year that's going to start? I guess this first leg, right? Obviously, August through December. How can we support you?
Donations would help, monetary or supplies. Like I said, I shop on a clearance, and I shop when Office Depot have their penny sale. You spend $5 and you get that. And I have a tribe coming behind me, so we can get, because of the limit amount that you can get. So, but they can donate to paper to my PayPal account. They can make a check out to Paper Pencil Pen. I'll come pick it up, or they can mail it, to my office. I'm in my office is in the Houston Business Lounge, and just email me at info@paperpencilpen.org, and we can discuss how they can help. Yeah.
And I'll make sure I'll get all of that information, the email address, PayPal, and the physical address in the show notes, so the audience can click on that, and that way they can contact you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I love the cause. I'm glad we were able to connect on Facebook. And I definitely I'm going to get behind you, be a continuous supporter through this project, because I believe in education. We all have to get educated somehow. Trade school, college, apprenticeship, whatever you want to call it, as our education system's even changing, as we speak. But you're right. The foundation is, pen, paper, and pencil. Like I have devices surrounded by me right now, but I'm still taking notes with my paper and
devices can fail you. I have an old iPhone that won't come on, because it got in water, but it's a true thing. You can't lose without that.
So what else is there? What is there anything else we should know?
Well, I'm developing a program within Paper Pencil Pen that students will volunteer, whereby look, and it's called Finding My Purpose. So they'll volunteer at different places, and they can find out what they like and what they don't like. So they will be giving back to the community, but getting experience, and then they can know what they want to do later in life, finding their happiness early, in life. Hmm.
And I think that's so important because I didn't really start hearing about purpose until like recently, right? I'll say over the last 7, maybe 10 years. I didn't like, we know we have to acquire skills. You go through school, jobs, you get skills. But then I didn't understand how important the skills that I've already learned until recently, right? And I really feel like some of these messages need to be translated to kids early on. Like I don't know. I feel out of touch because I don't have children, but it's like I don't like they have to hear these messages about happiness, having a vision, living in purpose. What are your short term and your long term goals? And I don't know if I don't want to be put too much pressure, but like, beyond, hey, I just want to pass this semester.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's more to that semester.
Right,
Yeah.
because what I've learned, like everything's a building block. Like even that semester that I hated and that class that I dropped, I'm like, dang, man, if I could do it back, I would have persevered. As well as just relationship building, and I think society now, or maybe in the job market, they don't put enough emphasis on some of these soft skills. We're always talking about, learn, something hardcore. But these soft skills also need to be elevated within our education system because a lot of our children are missing that because of technology.
Correct. You're right. And it's a thing that like you said, it's not taught. The parent is just trying to get through the next day, and they're not thinking about it. They're looking at paying the mortgage, um, putting food on the table, get clothes on the backs. And as a community, we have to, I can't speak for the community, but for paper, pencil, pen, I want to do everything for that student. In the probably in the coming year, we can do the clothing, the uniforms or whatever that they need to do the whole student. And because they had some other ones that needed uniforms. I couldn't do it, but I connected them to another organization that they needed uniforms. Even if a college student may need toiletries or laundry items, it's those little things that get missed. It's and like I said, I know how to shop, so I can get a lot of product to that student because with the money that I have. And I guess I'm a clearance table junkie, but I tell anyone I'm not buying unless it's on clearance. Yeah, the sale has to be deep. You know, I just can't see that. You know, um, right now I'm trying to think where I saw USB flash drives. Uh, I think it was like $5 for a 32 gig, and I know I saw it, but I didn't get it because I said that can go down some more because had less. So I'm trying to think what Target I saw it at is driving me crazy. But I'm gonna look at my receipts. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll figure it out. It's just that I want that student to feel like I felt when I went to school. And I think that's why I have a love for school supplies. We had got free school supplies. I'm on next year I'll be 60. And those and it was just a pad of paper and a pencil. I didn't care if I had brand new clothes on going to school, which I did every year. I couldn't wait to see what they was going to give me. And that I felt so good when the teacher issued my pad of paper and my pencil. I sat there just, I was just so excited. I felt empowered. I was confident that I can do anything. Even I was prepared. The teachers started talking about me to the next student. That Godiva doesn't want to use books. She want a new book. You know, and when I walk in line, when it became my turn to receive my books, oh yeah, you want a new one? I said, mm-hmm. I don't like the old ones. Cause some students were right in it, and I didn't want to see their notes. I want to create my own notes. So I was lucky and fortunate. The teachers back then understood my mindset because they probably would have been ugly if it's not that I wanted my way, but that's the way I learned. You know, even when I was in college, I couldn't get a used book if someone marked in it. You know, so but that is my goal, just to make sure that every student has what they need. I'm partnership up with another person to bring school supplies to two different countries in Africa. So that will be going on next year for that. Because we have to get our visas, and get prepared for that. But that, yeah, that is my goal, to make sure every student, even the teachers, have what they need for the students that don't have. Because every um, student come there, they may have it at home, but they forget to put in their book bag again. My grandchildren did it. So I know it happens. And I'm like, you have supplies. So how did you forget it? But and I'm also writing a book uh, with my hashtag school supplies matter, which is my own hashtag. And is I'm writing it along with some students. They're donating their their experience, and it's coming along fine. You know, um, the book. So hope that would be published next year. Be out on the in the marketplace.
Okay, good. Good. I just want to, as we wrap up, I want to acknowledge you because this is a need. At least for me, I feel like it's a need that goes unnoticed. Even in this short time, I've learned a lot from you because you're right. There's a lot of churches and organizations. They'll have the school drive, August, September, and then you never hear of it again until next.
Right.
So I like the fact that yours is year long. It's that continuous support, not just for elementary, but also for up to college students. And there is a need there because I've been there and I was working. And we have a lot of kids that, maybe they're a first generation college student, right? So they're just lucky enough to get accepted to school. And then there's another hurdle, and you're like just filling in the gap. I acknowledge you for filling in the gap. I know networking with Michelle, Line 25 Consulting is my company. We're going to stand behind you on this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're definitely welcome. If you like, we can donate a website to you. As
Thank
well
you.
as, yeah, you're welcome, as well as some supplies. We'll donate some supplies or some money by August. So I want to give back to you as you're giving back to all of us.
I appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. So in closing, also want to state once again, audience, please. I know we're professionals. We're side hustlers. We're entrepreneurs. We got some coins because we got this little bit of education. So please get behind this cause. Paperpencilpen.org. And you can send an email to info@paperpencilpen.org. Please donate some supplies. Please send some money because there was someone that has looked out for you, right? You have a mentor. Maybe you feel like I'm not ready to mentor. This is another way to get back to the community. So I encourage you to get behind this, and I'm going to push this. And I'm just so grateful for your time. Any final
Thank
words?
you.
Words of wisdom?
Well, I have a donation box at my office, in our lobby section of our suite. So, but I would love to meet everyone. I don't want them to just to come and donate. I want to meet them also and tell them thank you.
Hey everyone, remember, I believe in you. Personal connection leads to an influential network. Thanks for networking with Michelle.